Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to be messing with this again today. I did a poll on Instagram if you wanted to see this or this guy. You guys voted for this, so we're going to mess with this today. I messed with it a little bit last night and was trying to get it started and it would not, of course. Don't know what's going on. Messing with grounds and different wires and checking everything. Seems like everything is where it should be, but for some reason it still does not want to start. So what I'm going to do today is check for spark. We should have spark. We did last time I checked. I'm going to check again. If we have spark, I used a Noid light and I don't think it was the right one for this, for these injector plugs here. So we're gonna do it a different way. I'm just gonna pull the rail off, that little bolt down there, leave the injectors in, crank it over and see if it spews fuel everywhere. So that'll be interesting. Hopefully we don't catch anything on fire. I actually did almost catch this thing on fire, but we don't need to talk about that. But there is a little bit of a plan I got going I need y'all's help with on deciding on what to do. Yesterday I went and looked at another one of these. It's an 84 4i 4-cylinder automatic car, and it's relatively clean. Has a little bit of surface rust here and there, but it's all there. Clean title and everything. So this motor does not want to work in this car. So I'm debating on pulling this out of here and putting it in something it belongs in. It's not as cool, not as interesting, not as fun, but we'll get it done a lot faster, be able to get on the track, hit the streets a little quicker, get some more fun content quicker. So need y'all's help deciding on if you want to see me sliding a Fox body or keep pushing on this. I'm looking at probably another month or two worth of work on this, even if it does start today. Still have to get an alternator bracket, and wire it all up. Figure out what's going on with the exhaust, because obviously that's not gonna stay that way. The slave cylinder bracket I made is decent, not perfect, so I have to go back over all of that. It needs the diff welded, trans bracket tightened up, seats put in, and I discovered something underneath of the passenger seat that obviously needs repaired. So the plan for that is to just go to Crazy Ray's, pick up a floor pan out of another E36, cut it out, get a little bit closer in here so you can see what's going on. It's a pretty solid hole, as you can see. So I was just going to patch it, but this here has me a little worried. It's all the way around and up into there. So what I'm thinking, getting a floor pan, cutting all the way around, down through here, up along that, around that, and possibly up over that. I have not decided yet. We'll see if we can find a floor pan. We're cutting all the way around and putting new, fresh pans in. God damn. But we also have to put some interior back together, get the shifter squared away. So I need y'all's help deciding on that little note. The motor will go in that car since it's already a manual. It'll be a lot easier to swap into. It's already 5 lug. I will have an 8.8 rear for it. I will put an 8.8 in it. These cars, the 4-cylinder cars, have 7.5s, which the pinion gears and all are not as strong. So I'll pull these 5-lug axles out, put them in the 8/8 rear, take these 5-lug fronts off and put them on, or actually no, they can stay since it'll be going in this car, but I do want to keep it all 5-lug. So yeah, let me know what you guys think on that idea. But in the meantime, before I decide on that, I'm gonna try to get this thing going. If it starts, I'm gonna keep on rocking with it and see what happens. And let's jump right into it. Okay, first thing first, I'm gonna check for spark. And to do that, obviously get that out of the way, I'm gonna pull this one, easiest one to get to. And since I'm doing this by myself, what I'm gonna do is stick a screwdriver in there on the starter. Can't see it, but just stick a screwdriver in there, jack the starter. It'll crank over and everything, just like it should. And I've done it before. It will tell me if there's spark or not doing it that way. A lot of people don't like doing it that way. Wow. I don't care. That's how I'm going to do it since I'm by myself. I don't have anybody crank it over. But let me find a ratchet. Pretty sad to say that's the easiest one to get to. You can't hardly get a ratchet on it. There we go. In case y'all don't know how to do this, I'm going to film the whole entire thing. It's pretty easy. Alright, as you can see, this plug, try and get it to focus, there we go, is still extremely clean. These were new when the motor was in the blue Mustang I had. They were about 2 days old. They haven't been fired on a whole lot. As you can see, it does not look like it's getting fuel or something. It's too clean to know that the car has been running. So, today we're going to try to figure out why. But, to check for spark, doing this all one-handed, but put the spark plug in the boot. Make sure it pops in all the way. Alright. So you can't just hold it out here, crank it over, and watch it spark. Put it somewhere that you know you have good ground on. It's gotta have good ground. Right there is perfect. Nice, clean, everything. It's where I have my ground hooked up for that. You grab a big screwdriver, which we have plenty of. Get this bad boy right here. And see if I can get down there in there to show you where I'm touching. That nut right there, it's power wire. There's another stud just below it where the yellow connector is. We're going to touch both of them together and the car will crank over, and hopefully the spark plug will spark. So, let's see. Hopefully I can film this. Probably hard to do with just one hand. Let's hook the battery up and all. Already got relays clicking and shit. Alright. Head on in here. Turn the key on. Fuel pump off. Okay. Of course, battery's dead, but it is sparking. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can. It is sparking. It's strong. sparking when it should be. That's another thing that I may check today, is timing on this cap here, because it has been out, but that's a good thing we have spark. So we'll replace the spark plug back where it goes and whatnot, and move on to pulling the injector out. Alright, I got the injector out. It's kind of hard to see. Well, you can't see it. But the injector is out. There we go. Hopefully it doesn't just blow the injector right out of the rail. So, well, I'm going to crank it over, see what happens. Hopefully we don't catch on fire, but I just cranked it over, and as you can see, it is dry, which is not good. It means the injectors aren't firing, and I do not know why. So, just to prove my point that I know it has power, test light is on. That's battery power, so we know we got good ground. Head back to the injector. Maybe. And it lights up. So, still don't know why it's doing that. Now, this is something I found out last night. Hopefully you guys can hear it on the video. These two plugs match. When I plug them in, if I can with one hand, that relay right there clicks. So, let's plug them in. And do it again. See if they fire some fuel out of them this time. Don't hear anything. And it's still dry. So we now know the injectors aren't firing, which doesn't make any sense to me, considering they have power to them. I don't know why they wouldn't fire. But I have come to the conclusion that I have no idea what the fuck is wrong with this thing. I've checked everything possible with the wiring, and I even swapped out the distributor for the other one that I had, and still nothing. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do if I decide to keep going with the swap, I might just finish everything else up and send it to somebody who can wire it up properly. I'm not sure. But for now, I've started cleaning this thing out. It's got tons of stuff in it. It has accumulated while it's been cold. So I'm gonna start cleaning it out. And I'm probably gonna fix the exhaust today. I'm gonna delete the cat, maybe the muffler, I'm not sure which one I wanna take out, but it does have a leak, so I picked up a little piece of pipe right there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out where it's broken, or where it's leaking anyway, and weld that in there so that I'm not getting a huge headache every time I drive more than 45 minutes. So we'll get started on that after I clean this out. All right, so it's actually a couple of hours later. It's pretty much dark outside now. But after a lot of debate and research, I've decided that I'm actually going to go with the carburetor setup. A lot of people are going to be unhappy with that because it is cool to have the F5, but I'm done chasing wires, done chasing grounding issues and power issues and blah, 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 blah. So, in the name of seat time, I'm pulling this intake and everything off, all the harnesses and everything, and trading it for a carburetor setup. So, let's get to it. All right, so it's off. Everything is over here. I'm gonna load it up in the car and go trade it for a carburetor. All right, so here we are. Went ahead and swapped it over to carbureted. No ECU, no wires, no harness, no nothing. It's all mechanical. So it's just set up on there right now. It's actually really late and my phone's about to die. So that should be it for this video. The next one will be tightening this thing down, getting all new gaskets in it. I'm gonna pull these valve covers off, clean it all up. Hopefully clean all that crud up down there and get an alternator bracket and have the old man help me figure out exactly what I gotta do, hook up all the fuel lines, hook up the coil, all that good stuff. So that is it for this video. Thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna put my Instagram in the description if y'all want to follow that. I do relatively frequent polls and such on there just to help get a better idea of what you guys want to see on the channel and whatnot. So feel free to follow. It helped me out a lot, figure out what you guys want to see, help me figure just everything, you know, give me some tips, pointers, blah, blah, blah. Also, you can add comments, tips, pointers, things to do better, things not to do. Constructive criticism is highly encouraged. So feel free to leave a comment or follow me on Instagram. But until next time, thank you.